don't know why food's not responding to you, make a diary. Start a diary if you don't want to get any testing done. Obviously, support getting food allergy, food sensitivity testing. But go ahead, track what you're doing. It doesn't have to be this detailed, but know what you're putting into your body and where it's coming from. Obviously, these are codes for myself. I know what it is, but stuff like that. Also, let's talk about training. So, take notes, all that good stuff, but like, you can talk about where you are so you know what equipment you're using. If you don't know, or just keep consistency, say what you're doing. Gym, that's obviously what I know what I'm doing. How many reps, pounds, if you remember the pounds. Keep track of what you're doing. Literally, YouTube. Shout out to Chloe Ting. All the good stuff. Where am I at? What equipment am I using? Matrix is just the name of basically a company. So I get an idea of like, oh, I'm doing 200 pounds. Maybe because with this company I find and how it's set up, I can do more weight versus, another company. Play around with this. Keep track of what you're doing. You don't have to get into too much detail, but get an idea. Track your weight, what you have going on, and just document. You don't have to change anything. Just document. Don't worry about these numbers right now. It's for another day. Just document what you're doing, what you're eating, and you can kind of see how your body responds to certain things. Take pictures, lots of pictures. Real quick, you're like, man, how do I know what to eat, how much to eat? I don't have a clue. Yeah, food diary, all the good stuff, say what I do workout-wise. I want to actually make some improvements. Just Google Team Pro Physique Macro Calculator. It is free. Literally click on this guy here. Let that load. It's a macro calculator. It is free, okay? So shout out to Mr. Paul here. Paul Ravella, thank you so much. And literally, they have a Facebook group if you want to join. Also, macro calculator. It is literally like free. You put in your age, and you put in if you're a male or female, your height, your weight, and then you kind of, use which formula works best for you. If you are, overweight, then I would definitely say just do this one, get an idea. This calculation is going to have to be an estimate unless you have someone that's testing your body fat. If not, most people may fall under here, which literally you're just going to go based on your activity level. Do I have a job? I sit most of the day, or after I work, I go to the gym and do some activity, whether it's moving around on my feet, walking, and then do I have an active job? Am I a waitress or a waiter, like I'm on my feet most of the day, or am I extremely active? Meaning my job may be lightly active, but I'm like working out. Like I'm going ahead for work purposes. I'm like demonstrating things. I'm on my feet a lot. Then how many days a week do you actually work out? And be honest with yourself. And then about how many minutes you're going to combine the weights and the cardio. From there, you want to figure out like how intense is my actual workout. Like, can I sing and hold a conversation? Or is it something like I can't even hold a conversation? Am I like, intense, like Mike Tyson intense? Not saying to that extreme, but once you get your calculation, it will tell you how many calories you're burning just at rest, like basically just being alive, and then how many calories are you burning when you're actually the amount of days you're working out, how intense your workout is, and how intense your job or your daily activities are. This is really cool. Then you can actually pick, what do I want to do? I want to lose some weight. I want to maintain. I want to bulk. And then from there, you can kind of get an idea of like, I want to be aggressive with this, or I want to be, reasonable. Something I want to have a cheat meal once a week, and I want to lose like 1 to 2 pounds a week and get an idea. Or whether I want to bulk and get in like the calories. So it's like, I don't count calories, but to give you an idea, what I do like again, moving forward, or moving on to the next step, is like, how do I want to do my nutrition plan, basic stuff. Ketogenic is cool and all, but just know like you'll lose weight initially. It's a lot of water weight, and then it's not necessarily something that could be attainable long term. Again, be you, do you. Balance is probably like the best option, because it's like I want to have a life, but I also want to watch what I'm eating and just have an idea. This is already pre-programmed to 1. You can change it however you need to. You probably only need 1 gram per body weight unless you have a coach that's telling you otherwise. And then you have the fat, and then you have the carbs. The 9 calories per gram, 4 calories per gram, that's just literally what it is. Like, you don't ever change that. That's actually what the energy in joules, that's how it breaks down in the body. And these are just this is just what is part of that balanced diet that we selected up here. So it'll calculate for you what you have based on the information you put above. And I really like, it says like carbs, protein, fat, and you can go on anything, Nutrition X, Carb Master, or whatever all these things are called, Fitness Pal, really good things. You just plug in what you're eating and it can kind of tell you. So this is what you have per day. You can also change it if you like to have certain amount of meals. I am a little different. I like being as flexible as possible because I don't like to be controlled. I like to figure out like, there's that many carbs, protein, and fat. And it's like, okay, I want to have chocolate. Let's like this much chocolate, or low in sugar, X, Y, and Z. And it doesn't fit a meal. It may be a snack. So I just deduct that from there. And from there, I can actually like have like an actual plan for myself. Figure out what I want, and then just having a food diary to be like, oh, if I had eggs and it's like, oh, that didn't respond well with me, later, right after that meal, I know what I ate that didn't feel good. So I have these things here, just something to take note of, so you can actually be in control of your own life and kickstart your whole process. Like, obviously get help if you need help, but this is getting an idea of like, yeah, cheat meal and what else you're eating, and get an idea of like how you look in the mirror, how take a lot of progress pics to see the changes that do happen. And you can actually see if like, oh, maybe I did well with a baguette from Panera, or maybe I didn't. Or ground turkey, my stomach didn't hurt. Okay, cool. If I had about 4 ounces of ground turkey, etc., you get the point. And then keep track of what you're doing, because getting stronger, figuring out I can do these exercises, I target these muscles, and Google exercise you want to target if you don't know what it is. Use YouTube, support my channel, but also look at this, Mr. and Mrs. Muscle for HIIT training. Speed it up if you need to, slow it down if you need to. Abs, Chloe Ting, great people to follow. So just give me an idea of some of the things to look out for. Appreciate y'all. Chloe Ting. Okay, try 500. So I've been trying to actually record this here. This is a glucose monitor. So basically, diabetics may have it. You may see it on their arm. What this does is you attach this microfilament, you attach it maybe, and they'll have like an app on their phone, and they look at their phone and see like, oh, I had an apple. What does that do to my blood sugar? So this is actually a non-diabetic version. This is for sports. This is based out of the UK for a research study. So this is just to get an idea of like, okay, what if I ate oatmeal and I recorded, oh, I ate oatmeal, and I can kind of see on the app like, oh, it raised my blood sugar, but not like a spike. So therefore, my pancreas doesn't have to produce a lot of insulin to help balance me out. So over 50% of the US population is pre-diabetic. Don't even know. They're like teetering the line of being full-blown diabetic. And or those, whether it be insulin resistant or just not producing enough insulin, all that good stuff. Type 1, type 2 diabetes, whether it's diet related, exercise, lifestyle, I should say. So it's not always just like those who are just insulin resistant, those who are just no longer producing insulin. So therefore, this is just a way of just like keeping track of it. You would take this, put the microfilament in your arm, secure it with the sticker to keep it in place, have an app on your phone, and you literally just eat, wake up, all that good stuff, have the app on your phone, record, see what you're eating. I have a food diary. This is extra, get an idea of what I'm doing, and then eat and see what I have. I have chicken here and I have some butternut squash, and just see how it affects the body, how you feel during the day. Some people may eat an hour later, they may crash, may feel like, oh, they're about to pass out, or they need some, what they say, they have low blood sugar. This will just an idea of just like measuring it, get an idea of like, oh, I went to exercise, I did sprints, what did my blood sugar look like? Oh, I do need a snack, or I don't need a snack. Again, don't want to look at it too closely that way, just observing. Once you get more research and you track and observe yourself, you can speak with a doctor, all the good stuff, and get an idea of like how your body's responding to foods and certain foods. But that's all I have for you. Whew. Okay, so you probably got an idea of what we talked about with the biosensor stuff. Glucose monitor. I am not a diabetic, but using it in this setting, just kind of see what kind of foods or how your body responds, and how your pancreas does like insulin when you eat something, or something on a low glycemic index, something that's not going to spike your blood sugar, so not sugary foods. So say like oatmeal might be a good example of like, does it just do a little spike in my blood sugar? Is everything out of balance? So very soon, if you care to see stuff like this and more information, let me know. We've already talked about the macros and how to actually, what the heck is a macro? Your carbs, your protein, your fat sources, how do you track that? Having a food diary, knowing what foods respond well with you and don't respond well with you. And also talked about like just tracking what you do, working out, walking on a treadmill, anything like that. Those are some things you can do. If you care to know more details about stuff like this, let me know. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hope to hear from you guys soon. We're in Beverly Hills right now, and we're trying to keep on track, because you're going to keep traveling. We're going to have overnights, like get to another time zone, and it's going to be late, and trying to make sure you stay in charge of your health and in the day, whether job setting, whatever job setting you're in, and you want to make sure you stay healthy. So that's all I have for you guys. See you guys later. Let me know if you want to talk a little bit more about nutrition, fitness, all that good stuff, and in the workplace, and using things like checking your blood sugar and making sure, because most people are in that pre-diabetic realm in the United States, and what we can do to kind of help and bring more awareness. So see you guys. Bye.